These are the most heavily protected black female athletes in the world. They inspire millions, break barriers, and show the world what it means to excel against all odds. But being in the spotlight also means they face unique challenges, from threats to their safety to unfair scrutiny. This is why they are surrounded by tight security. One of these athletes moves around with a security detail of over 10 bodyguards. At number 1, Serena Williams. With 23 Grand Slam singles titles to her name, Serena Williams needs no introduction. But with her fame comes a constant need for protection. Serena has been a target of criticism and threats throughout her career, especially as a black woman dominating a sport historically associated with white athletes. Serena is known to have a tight security team to ensure her safety. During her visit to New Zealand, Serena Williams was treated like a global superstar, receiving the highest level of security ever seen for a visiting athlete in the country. She was hailed as the biggest sports figure to come to New Zealand since Tiger Woods in the early 2000s, and the organizers were determined to ensure her safety and privacy at all costs. The security measures taken for Serena during her time in Auckland were extraordinary. She was accompanied by personal security guards 24 hours a day, whether she was at her hotel, on the tennis court, or making public appearances. This constant protection was designed to protect her from any potential threats or unnecessary intrusions. At her hotel, guards were always stationed nearby, ensuring that even her private time remained undisturbed. When Serena stepped out for public appearances, her security team expanded greatly. A larger group of guards surrounded her, creating a barrier between her and any media, fans, or onlookers who might try to get too close. The team was trained to act quickly and decisively, and there were several instances when members of the media attempting to approach Serena were firmly pushed back by her guards. After the events, Serena was quickly escorted back to her hotel in a secure manner to avoid any unnecessary exposure. The team's leader was an ex-SAS operative, bringing elite military training to the operation. To ensure that every detail was perfectly planned, senior members of the security management team even traveled to the United States ahead of her visit for a specialized briefing. This level of preparation showed the seriousness with which Serena's safety was treated. Even while practicing on the tennis court, the security measures remained strict. During her 2-hour practice sessions, a guard was always stationed just meters away, keeping a close eye on the surroundings. Meanwhile, 2 additional guards patrolled the center court, ensuring no unauthorized individuals could approach her or disrupt her practice. Serena's protection doesn't stop in court, it extends to her private life as well. Serena's appearances at public events, whether it's a tournament or a charity gala, are always carefully planned. Her team includes bodyguards, event planners, and even cybersecurity experts to monitor online threats. After becoming a mother, Serena's security tightened even further to protect her daughter, Alexis Olympia, who often accompanies her at matches and events. Serena's security isn't just about physical protection. It also includes maintaining her privacy. For someone as famous as Serena, the line between public and private life can blur. This is why her team takes extra steps to shield her family from unnecessary exposure. Whether it's securing her home, vetting those who work around her, or managing her travel plans with military-like precision, Serena's security reflects the importance of her influence. Her presence at tournaments is a logistical operation. Security personnel are stationed at every entry point, ensuring no unauthorized individuals get close to her. Additionally, her team monitors crowd behavior, staying alert for any signs of danger. Serena's safety is a top priority, but she also ensures her fans feel appreciated. Even with tight security, she takes time to connect with her audience, proving she hasn't lost her human touch despite her superstar status. Next is Simone Biles. Simone Biles has flipped and tumbled her way into history as the most decorated gymnast of all time. Her athleticism, grace, and mental strength have earned her an unmatched place in sports. But as her fame has grown, so has the need for enhanced security. Simone's journey hasn't been easy, and her safety team plays an important role in helping her navigate the spotlight. After becoming a household name during the 2016 Olympics, Simone's life changed forever. The pressures of fame brought not only admirers but also unwanted attention. Security became a significant part of her life, especially when attending high-profile events or competing on the world stage. Her team ensures she has a secure environment, allowing her to focus on her routines without distraction. Simone's decision to speak openly about her mental health has further shown her courage. While her honesty has been celebrated, it has also made her a target for criticism from some corners of the public. As one of the most high-profile Olympians in the world, Simone has faced not one but two serious breaches of her personal information. Her first experience happened when she was just 19 years old during the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. At the time, a group of Russian hackers targeted the World Anti-Doping Agency, breaking into its database and leaking the private medical records of several star athletes, including Simone, Serena Williams, and Venus Williams. This shocking breach revealed confidential details about Simone's health, including the fact that she had received a medical exemption to use substances that are normally banned in sports. The records disclosed that Simone was prescribed methylphenidate, commonly known as Ritalin, to treat her ADHD. This prescription was entirely legal and approved by WADA, as ADHD is a recognized medical condition and the medication helps her manage its symptoms. However, the leak sparked widespread criticism and unfair attacks against Simone, with some questioning why she was allowed to use a banned substance when other athletes were not. As the controversy grew, there were concerns that this exposure could lead to physical threats or attacks on Simone. In response, her security was immediately increased to ensure her safety. This included tighter controls over her personal information, as well as greater physical protection during competitions, public appearances, and even private moments. Simone's team works hard to protect her from both physical and emotional harm. They carefully screen public appearances and use advanced technology to keep tabs on potential threats online. At events, Simone's security includes plainclothes personnel who blend into the crowd while keeping a close eye on her surroundings. This approach allows her to enjoy moments with her fans without compromising safety. Next is Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka is the biggest tennis star to come out of Japan. She burst onto the tennis scene as a force to be reckoned with. Winning her first Grand Slam at just 20 years old, she quickly became one of the sport's brightest stars. But with her rise to fame came the need for an extensive security setup. Naomi, known for her quiet yet powerful demeanor, has faced her share of challenges, including racial and cultural bias, as well as intense media scrutiny. She experienced a defining moment of this fame in her homeland of Japan, where her popularity is unmatched. During a casual walk on the streets of Japan, Osaka quickly realized how much her life had changed. What should have been a simple, relaxing outing turned into a scene of chaos as a massive crowd began to gather around her. Fans from all over recognized her and rushed to catch a glimpse of their favorite tennis champion. The excitement came with challenges. The large size and energy of the crowd became overwhelming, and it was clear that Naomi needed protection. To manage the situation, Osaka had to rely on security guards to ensure her safety. The security team formed a protective barrier around her, guiding her through the crowd and ensuring that things didn't escalate. The guards worked hard to prevent anyone from getting too close while still allowing Naomi to interact with her fans in a controlled way. It was a surreal experience for Naomi, who hadn't expected such an outpouring of admiration and excitement during what she thought would be a quiet walk. Naomi often travels with a personal security team, especially during tournaments. Her team ensures she has a safe and secure environment at all times, whether she's practicing on the court or relaxing in her hotel room. In recent years, her security measures have expanded to include cyber protection. Naomi has been vocal about the challenges of dealing with online hate, and her team monitors social media platforms to flag any serious threats. In addition to her security personnel, Naomi's management team plays a key role in controlling her public interactions. Every interview, public appearance, and even her social media posts are carefully planned to ensure her safety. Naomi's decision to prioritize her mental health and step away from the court at times has brought her both praise and criticism. Her openness about her struggles has made her an advocate for change, but also a target for those who don't understand her stance. As a result, her security team works tirelessly to protect her from both physical dangers and the toxic effects of public criticism. You won't believe who the next athlete is. But before we reveal her name, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing content. At number 4 is Venus Williams. Venus Williams, Serena's elder sister, is another tennis legend whose contributions to the sport are unmatched. With 7 Grand Slam singles titles and a remarkable career spanning over 2 decades, Venus has been a trailblazer not only in tennis but also in advocating for gender and racial equality. Like her sister, Venus has faced huge scrutiny and challenges throughout her career, which makes her security a priority. Venus's security measures are as extensive as Serena's. Whether she's on the court, traveling, or attending public events, a dedicated team ensures her safety. Her matches often draw large crowds, and her team meticulously plans her entrances and exits to avoid potential threats. When Venus appears at events outside the tennis world, such as fashion shows or business meetings, security personnel accompany her to manage crowd control and maintain her privacy. In addition to physical security, Venus has invested heavily in cybersecurity. As an entrepreneur running her own fashion line and interior design business, she has a strong online presence. Her team monitors her digital platforms for threats and protects sensitive business information. At number 5 is Allyson Felix. Allyson Felix is a legend on the track, holding the record as the most decorated female track and field Olympian in history. With 11 Olympic medals to her name, she has cemented her legacy as one of the greatest athletes of all time. Off the track, Allyson is a fierce advocate for women's rights, especially regarding maternity and athlete sponsorships. Her activism, however, has brought increased attention and the need for heightened security. As someone who frequently speaks at public events and advocates for change in the sports industry, Allyson faces unique security challenges. Her team ensures that her public appearances are safe by conducting thorough risk assessments and coordinating with event organizers. Security personnel often accompany her to speaking engagements and high-profile functions. Allyson's security also extends to her family, particularly her young daughter Cameron. After openly discussing her struggles with pregnancy and the challenges of balancing motherhood with her career, Allyson has become an even more relatable figure to her fans. Her team works to protect her privacy, ensuring that her daughter is protected from unnecessary public exposure. When competing or attending public events, Allyson's security team focuses on crowd control and monitoring potential risks. The next spot goes to Candace Parker. Candace Parker is the first player in WNBA history to win a championship with 3 different teams. Candace Parker is a dominant force in women's basketball, known for her exceptional skills on the court and her charisma off it. As a 2-time WNBA champion and 2-time league MVP, Candace has achieved legendary status in the sport. Her prominence as a basketball star and her role as a broadcaster has made her a household name, but with fame comes the need for careful security measures. Candace's security team plays a vital role in ensuring her safety during games, travel, and public appearances. WNBA games draw passionate fans, and while most are there to cheer her on, the presence of large crowds necessitates strict security protocols. Her team coordinates with event staff to secure her arrival and departure, as well as monitor crowd behavior during games. Off the court, Candace's appearances in the media make her security even more challenging. As an analyst and commentator, she frequently appears on live television and at major sporting events. Her team works to ensure that these appearances are safe and that her transitions between locations are seamless. Candace's role as a mother also influences her security setup. She has spoken openly about her love for her daughter Layla and the importance of protecting her family's privacy. Whether at home or traveling for games, Candace's team takes every precaution to maintain a safe environment. Next is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Known as the Pocket Rocket for her explosive speed and small stature, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is one of the greatest sprinters in history. With multiple Olympic gold medals and world championships under her belt, the Jamaican superstar has inspired athletes worldwide with her grit, determination, and consistent dominance on the track. However, Her fame and status also mean that her safety must be carefully managed. Shelly-Ann's protection begins with her public appearances. As one of Jamaica's most beloved athletes, she often draws massive crowds at events, whether she's competing, giving speeches, or attending charitable functions. Her security team ensures that these gatherings are well organized and safe. They coordinate with local law enforcement and event organizers to manage the flow of fans and ensure Shelly-Ann can focus on her role without distractions or risks. During the 2024 Paris Olympics, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce found herself in a surprising situation that showed the challenges athletes face, even at the most prestigious sporting events. Shelly-Ann was preparing for her races when an argument broke out with security officials over access to the warm-up track. The issue began when Shelly-Ann tried to access the warm-up area, an important space for athletes to prepare both physically and mentally before their events. However, security personnel at the venue stopped her, citing strict regulations and limited access. Shelly-Ann, who has spent years competing at the highest level and knows the importance of her pre-race routine, was frustrated. The disagreement quickly escalated, drawing attention from onlookers and adding unnecessary stress to an already high-pressure environment. For an athlete of Shelly-Ann's stature, such a confrontation was not only upsetting but also raised concerns about her safety and ability to focus on her performance. The warm-up track is supposed to be a safe and private space for athletes, but the situation made it clear that even someone as accomplished as Shelly-Ann could face obstacles in maintaining her peace and security. Following the incident, her team decided to take action. They implemented additional security measures to ensure that Shelly-Ann could move freely and safely within the Olympic grounds. Additionally, Shelly-Ann is a vocal advocate for women's empowerment and has spoken openly about the challenges of balancing her career with motherhood. Her son, Zion, is a central part of her life, and her security measures extend to protecting him as well. Shelly-Ann's team ensures that her family's privacy is maintained, especially during travel or public appearances. Coming up next is Coco Gauff. Cory Coco Gauff burst onto the global tennis scene in 2019 when, at just 15 years old, she defeated Venus Williams at Wimbledon. Since then, she has become one of the most exciting young athletes in the world, celebrated not only for her talent, but also for her maturity and poise beyond her years. As Coco's fame has grown, so has the need to ensure her safety both on and off the court. Coco's youth makes her protection especially critical. Her parents, who also serve as her coaches and mentors, work closely with her security team to create a safe environment wherever she goes. Whether she's competing in a major tournament or attending promotional events, her team takes every precaution to manage large crowds and ensure her personal space is respected. One of the unique challenges Coco faces is balancing her fame with her education and personal life. Her security team helps maintain boundaries, ensuring that she can enjoy some level of normalcy despite her status as a global star. This includes managing her travel plans and screening venues for potential risks. As a vocal advocate for social justice, Coco has used her platform to speak out on issues like racial inequality. While her activism has earned widespread praise, it has also attracted negative attention from some quarters. Her team remains vigilant, monitoring both physical and online threats to ensure her safety. At number 9 is Brittney Griner. Brittney Griner is a basketball powerhouse known for her dominance in the WNBA and her advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights. Standing at 6 feet 9 inches tall, she's a commanding presence on the court and a role model for aspiring athletes worldwide. However, Brittney's fame and activism have also brought unique challenges, leading to heightened security measures throughout her career. Brittney's security is particularly critical during games and public appearances. Her security team works closely with event organizers to manage these crowds, ensuring that Brittney can focus on her game without distractions. This includes carefully planned routes for entering and exiting arenas, as well as monitoring fan interactions. Brittney's personal life has also required increased protection. As an openly gay athlete and advocate, she has faced backlash from certain groups, making her safety a top priority. In 2024, Brittney Griner faced one of the toughest experiences of her life. She was wrongfully detained in Russia, and spent nearly 300 days in custody. Her release came after a high-profile prisoner swap between the United States and Russia. The swap involved Viktor Bout, a Russian arms dealer infamously nicknamed the Merchant of Death. While Britney's release was a relief to her family, friends, and fans, it also made her a target of public scrutiny and unwanted attention. Recently, Britney found herself in another unsettling situation. She was harassed at a Dallas airport by a man described as a social media provocateur. The man confronted her loudly and aggressively, yelling remarks about Viktor Bout and her time in Russian custody. His comments were clearly meant to provoke a reaction from her and those around her. The situation quickly escalated, with the man becoming more disruptive. Eventually, he was tackled, and law enforcement officers had to intervene to control the situation. In response to this alarming confrontation, Britney's security team took immediate steps to enhance her protection. They increased their efforts to shield her from unwanted media attention and ensure her privacy during travel and public appearances. This included increasing the number of security personnel accompanying her, coordinating more closely with local authorities, and adopting stricter measures to prevent similar incidents in the future. At number 10 is Gabby Douglas. Gabby Douglas made history as the first black woman to win the individual all-around gymnastics gold medal at the 2012 Olympics. Her dazzling performances and trailblazing accomplishments pushed her to global fame, earning her the nickname the Flying Squirrel. However, with her rise to prominence came the need for significant security measures to protect her in a sport and a world that often placed her under intense scrutiny. As a pioneer, Gabby faced public criticism and the pressures of being a role model for young black athletes. Her security team worked diligently to shield her from negativity, especially during public appearances, training sessions, and competitions. Whether she was competing on the world stage or attending promotional events, her team ensured she could perform and connect with fans safely. Gabby's online presence also required careful management. As one of the most recognizable faces in gymnastics, she attracted millions of fans, as well as cyberbullying and trolling. Her team monitored her social media accounts to mitigate threats and safeguard her mental well-being. We've seen how these black female athletes navigate the challenges of fame and stay safe under intense scrutiny. But what about other influential black women in the world? Leaders, entertainers, and activists who also require extraordinary measures of protection? Check out the next deep dive, The Most Heavily Protected Black Women in the World, where we'll reveal the extraordinary security measures that keep these powerful women safe and the unique risks they face in their fields.